Hey guys, as those of you who have been subscribed to me for some time will know, I have waifus. I used to be one waifu only, choosing Asase Nakano as my waifu. But I eventually broke as sticking to that proved too difficult, and I am now one waifu per franchise only, although I'm a little puzzled as to how that rule works with the Love Live franchise. For any of my newer subscribers, I made a video showing the characters I'd chosen to waifu. I had 13 at the time of making that video. Agari Kamiya, Aoi Inuyama, Aoi Nigaki, Ayako Suzuki, Asase Nakano, Charlotte, Kim Hyun-A, Kiana Del Rio, Neptune Purple Heart, Rise Tadeza, Yui Hanasaka, Yuno, and Yuri, not necessarily in that order. Since then, I've accumulated 7 more, and I thought maybe I'd make updates to the original list every so often. So this video will show the recent additions. As I would never be able to remember the chronological order of who was added, they will be in alphabetical order. So here they are. Alba Suzukaze from New Game. Ever since I first started watching it, Alba was pretty much cemented as my favorite girl. She's super cute, super funny, and super gorgeous. I'm currently working through Season 2, so I can cover it for Which So-and-So Girls BT Dubs. The only other girl in the show who's really had my eye is Hifumi, so it was pretty much always going to be between those two, and I do adore Hifumi. Her constant shyness and flustering is adorable. She needs the protect. But Alba kinda held me just a tad more, and hashtag Twin Tails for life, so there was a bit of a process of elimination, and Alba came out on top. I absolutely love her. She always tries to come off as a mature and responsible adult, which she partly is to her credit. But we see that she really is still just a child at heart, which just adds to her charm. How could I not waifu her? Aru Honsho from Suribachi. If you saw my Suribachi tier list video, you already know I waifued her. It really could only have been her. The other characters, with the exceptions of Kai and Kako, are all good characters in their own right with their individual good points, but Aru was really the only one who yelled waifu. Like with Alba, she always tries to paint a perfect image for herself, but her misfortune always gets in the way. Seriously, how do you mix up a middle school uniform with an elementary school uniform without even realizing it? I doubt even someone like Yui would do that. Although, knowing Yui, she would absolutely wear an elementary school uniform if told to. She was quite possibly the best part of the anime, and seeing her and Nako go at it gave the most humor. I would love to have Aru as a girlfriend. There would rarely be a dull moment with her around. Kagami Hiiragi from Lucky Star. This is one that I think was a long time coming. Even though Konata was originally part of my now disbanded 13 Angels, she was one of the founding members to be exact, if only I still had the original image. Kagami stuck with me just as much as the queen of the otakus, and choosing a Lucky Star waifu was a bit more difficult as it was mainly between Konata, Kagami, Yutaka, and Minami, as I feel they had the most waifu potential to me. Protect Yutaka no matter the cost. But it ultimately came to a process of elimination, and I chose Kagami-sama! As Kagami follows the trend of twin-tailed tsunderes, she is one of my protect characters, even though we know she would feverishly deny needing someone to protect her. Kaho Hinata from Blend S. The best girl in the show, hands down, even though Mafuyu comes a really close second. Even though Kaho is technically only a twin-tailed tsundere while she's on the clock, most of what I said about Kagami could be applied to Kaho, and aside from Mafuyu, she was pretty much the only girl I really liked. And she is super fun. Having her as a friend would be great, even though her gaming addiction, yes it is an addiction, is something she really needs to address. Not that I wouldn't game with her if invited. She'd most likely pulverize me, depending on the game, but I would happily spend time in the arcade with her, even though I'd either have to drag her out or work with her mom and Mafuyu to bar her from going if her grade slipped. Little side note, I loved the chemistry between Kaho and Akizuki. They are adorable together. It's blatantly obvious they fancy each other, but are just too stubborn to admit it. Miku Hatsune. This is another one that was a long time coming. I haven't listened to that much Vocaloid music, but Miku has kind of been my favorite of the bunch ever since first discovering her. She is definitely the cutest of all of them, and even though she is technically virtual, she has an incredible voice. I always knew deep down after fully discovering waifuism that I would eventually waifu her, but it wasn't until I got the unofficial Hatsune Miku mix manga that she officially received the waifu label. If you haven't read it yet, I do recommend checking it out. I really hope the Vocaloids do a concert tour in New Zealand. I would kill to see them perform live. Natsumi MOA. Of the growing number of virtual YouTubers, the only ones I've seen a good amount of are Moe and Ikizuna, and I know for a freaking fact that I am going to waifu Ai-chan eventually. It's just a matter of when. She's super funny and super adorable, especially when she goes,
"Fuck you! Fuck you, fuck you! Fuck you!"
But until that happens, I have Moe, and she is quite possibly even more adorable than Ai-chan, especially when she does the split personality thing in videos. And the VR personal attention video, OMFG, I'm in love. I have to watch that video in VR. I said that Yui Hanasaka was precious in the previous waifu list video, but given the right upload, I think Moe outdoes her handily. I love her. Tohru, from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Seriously, who else would it have been? Tohru is pretty much the main girl of the show, in my opinion of course, and Kobayashi is lucky to have her. Tohru brings such joy. Even though she's a centuries-old dragon who initially hated humans, she quickly switched gears and is quite possibly even more childish than Kana, which is easily one reason why I love her. If I had the chance to have her as my own personal maid, I would take it, assuming she has the knowledge of what Kobayashi taught her. And unlike Kobayashi, I would try her tail at least once just to see what it's like. You only live once, right? And if anything, Tohru would be a great friend to have around because she is really sweet. Provided she doesn't see you as a love rifle for Kobayashi. And that's all of them. As I said in the previous video, this will be ongoing until I decide to hit the brakes, even though most of you will say I'm already too old for the waifu thing, but I'ma keep going and have fun while I can. Got your own waifus? Why not share them in the comments section? As always, please rate, comment and subscribe, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, feel free to come join me on Discord, consider backing me on Patreon, and remember to stay chilled.